Hey guys, it's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. So today's article comes out of End Times Headlines. Let's get into it. Okay, so we just did a video over this yesterday. It says here, Black Hawk involved in airline crash was practicing secretive doomsday drill. I I would hope when you say secretive doomsday drill that Trump would have known about that. I mean, I don't know obviously what all the president is privy to, if there are things that are secretive or top, super ultra dark, top secret, super duper secret, that even the most prominent figures have no idea, right? And there's been plenty of movies about that deep state, these the deep people who are like working black ops things that are no namers, get your identity wiped, go live a new life kind of situation that no one will ever know because somebody could be compromised or nations could be compromised, so on and so forth. So I have no idea, but pretty interesting. A doomsday drill. Let's see. The U.S. Army, a Black Hawk helicopter that crashed into Washington, D.C. earlier this week, was reportedly engaged in a highly classified continuity of government exercise. Highly classified. I wonder what kind of intelligence you have. Um, Designed to ensure national leadership remains functional in the event of a catastrophic attack on the United States. I mentioned something about this during that video yesterday that maybe it was some form of exercise, but why would you be exercising around planes like that? I guess you're just trying to simulate a as much reality as you can, maybe. According to the report by the New York Post, the UH-60 Black Hawk was conducting operations near the nation's capital when it went down under undisclosed circumstances. Officials have since confirmed that the mission was directly tied to preparedness drills for national security emergencies, including potential attacks on government infrastructure. The crash occurred on January 31st near a woodland area in DC, sparking immediate concern due to high security of the nature of the capital. Officials later confirmed that the Black Hawk was participating in highly classified training exercise while the exact details remain undisclosed. I wonder if Trump will tell us. I have no idea. Sources told the New York Post that the mission was a part of the federal strategy to ensure government operations could continue in the event of a significant attack. So I wonder where the helicopter plays a part into that, like at what stage of that scenario. The exercise reportedly simulated scenarios where key government leaders would need to be relocated and protected in the face of national emergency. Such missions are critical to national security and are rarely acknowledged publicly. The continuity of the government COG planning is a long-standing component of the U.S. national defense dating back to the Cold War. These operations involve detailed contingency plans to protect president, senior officials, and essential infrastructure during wartime or catastrophic events. The presence of a Black Hawk helicopter involved in such a training in the heart of DC highlights the level of preparedness required to ensure the government's functionality under extreme circumstances. While military officials have remained tight lipped about the specifics, the mission aligns with other known continuity of government drills, which often involved rapid response air mobility, secure communications, and evacuation protocols. I'm just going to let you know it's a complete failure. It's a complete failure because you should know that these things are live and your exercise was not safe to begin with, even if you're trying to simulate the real thing or be in the kind of situation. The fact that your helicopter pilot and whoever's else involved and everybody else involved in that is a complete failure. Complete failure. And not to mention that to like the actual like air traffic controllers or anybody like that. And maybe there was something where the Black Hawk was undetected, but this video still shows that the Black Hawk's going into the airplane as if it's on purpose. This is a complete failure. I would never do this again under any of the circumstances of what that went through that day, ever. And all the people involved need to reevaluate what it is because I think everybody died. It's like 60 something people. If I'm right, don't quote me. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think anybody survived. Could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And yet, you didn't save anybody. You unnecessary deaths for sure. This does not look good at any level. So whoever's involved, whoever leadership, you got to go, bro. You got to go. Like this was just a drill, and people died under your name, under your exercise, under your command, and that didn't even have to happen, like at all. Totally unavoidable, totally avoidable. If it was real time, wartime type stuff, and that was actually happening, it's different because we're actually, I think, the unknown's going to happen. This is like, hey, we need to be watching out for planes that are flying in the same airspace, times, making sure people are aware of what's going on. Everything, dude. Like that's all you got to do. And just because it was highly secretive, that's why you got in trouble, and that's why you're so tight-lipped. Because now people who are involved are probably going to be charged. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. This is if this is true, this is sad. And I still feel like it's obviously they're not talking about more, so there's still more to the conversation that's not being brought up. And for what reason, I have no idea. And I hope we know because people need to be held accountable. And people's lives are gone. Some people who didn't know they were going to take their last breath that day. And some people who took their last breath and they're in hell. And some people who took their last breath and they're in heaven. That's the terrifying part. And nobody that day gave anybody permission to take their lives. I know that's like a saying, like you could say, like, if you took my life today, I wouldn't want you to, but if you had to, sure, you could take my life because I know where I'm going. I'd miss my family and whatnot, but I wouldn't be afraid about where I'm not going or where I'm going because I'm going to heaven. But it's like, people, I'm sure people wanted to know before they're gone. Like, okay, it's nuts, man. Super sad. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you think about this and about why they're so tight-lipped. Like what else? And I wonder if I go on a TikTok deep dive rabbit hole, I bet you we'll find out even more information because TikTok is about that life. So anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one.